psych.
Hey guys. Sup?
No psychs.
Welcome to another episode of News Across the Galaxy, where we do talk all things LA Galaxy and sometimes U.S. national teams. I'm Bryant. To my left is Eduardo.
Hey, wait, what?
To his left, the one that makes everything happen, Chiasso, the main man.
What's up?
And to his left, Sir Spending a Lot. How you doing, sir?
Meh.
To his left, live audience, Francis, say hi. There you go.
She said hey for who couldn't hear.
I guess let's start nagging.
Yeah, Brian's okay. He's just a little bummed out.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep the energy up as much as I can, but it's going to be a little tough. Good thing I have these cups. I mean, it's probably the only cup the Galaxy's going to give me this year.
Today's episode is sponsored by the dudes, whether they want to or not. Just kidding.
Oh, by the way, it's Cousin Brian?
Cousin Brian.
It's Cousin Brian today.
Cousin Brian's today.
Hence the shades. It's
And
not
the hair is loose.
Where's your hat?
What hat? Okay.
Hey, besides Brian, how you guys doing?
All right.
Chewy? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. Everyone seems to be down, so I'll tell you guys a little bit. At least you guys can have some relief. Like my relief, I love to play soccer, but this is why I don't work out. I want to jog this week on Tuesday, and I fucking sprained my ankle. Stepped on a fucking root on whatever the fuck you call it, running around the park, and my ankle gave out.
Good for you, man.
So I have no relief. Like I could have played soccer. I couldn't play soccer Thursday. I joined the team newly on Saturday. This would have been my third game. Couldn't fucking play. And we would have played a team we don't like. Remember that team?
Which one?
Saturdays?
Crew?
Huh?
Crew?
No.
Oh.
That team.
Okay.
Yeah. And we played them this week, so I couldn't fucking play.
Who you gonna play with?
You remember Ñoño?
We'll talk about it.
Shout out to homie Ñoño, the goalie.
It was funny. I was making that same argument today that I haven't been able to release my stress with some soccer, you know? Sliding on some fools.
Should have went today.
Should have went today.
But yeah, that's how my week's been. I saw John Wick. At the beginning made me mad.
Wait, which one?
Part 1, John Wick for the first time.
Bro, you're in for it, right?
They made me mad already, fam. You know, spoiler alert. Once they killed the dog, I was like, yeah, I hate this fucking movie. I looked at my dog and I just hugged her, dude. Like, this sucks.
Same.
Yeah. But then Sunday came and like, damn, this is worse. So since nobody wants to say anything about their week, you just want to get into the game?
Yes, because I think for the most part, all of us on this table are pretty upset.
Okay, obviously. Anything else?
No, it's not the obvious.
I only-
what I'm
well-
saying is the fact that we've been playing fairly well to come to a game that I thought we could have won, to come out with this type of result, it's a big disappointment.
Okay. So I guess we're getting into the game, man, right?
Yeah, I mean, what else can we get into?
I was trying to, avoid the game as much as we can, so
No.
trying to bring people.
No.
All right, whatever.
Straight raw.
Where'd you guys watch the game? You watched it next to me for no answer.
I just watched that at home.
Yeah?
I found out I had the channel.
Yeah, that's what we all fucked up, huh? Chewy, where'd you watch it?
Watch it at Mike's.
Never watch it there again, all right? Nobody watch it at home. Nobody watches it at Mike's. You got it? Shout out to Mike. He's
I
a
don't
homie.
think he's ever gonna invite you again. So after this,
No,
After he hears it?
I can go to Mike's.
You can't go to my.
You can't go to Mike's.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it wasn't at Mike's, so that's cool. I won't go
Ah.
there anymore.
All of
a
a
sudden.
sudden.
All right. That was not practice. So fuck it. Everybody watched it at the house. Nobody went to a bar. Nobody went to a viewing party. That's where we fucked up.
Yeah,
Even
bars
though-
are expensive.
I mean, a house can be expensive too.
But
Uh, Anyways, fuck it. Lineup time. Basically, the same lineup. Well, not basically. Literally the same lineup that we came up against, against LAFC. David Bingham in goal. Left back, Jurgen Shelbick. Center backs Polenta and Pipo Gonzalez. Outright was Rolf Felcher. Defensive mids Jonah Dos Santos and Leggett. Out left we had Pavon. Llegó Pavon. Outright we had Antuna. Y faltó Pavon. And quote unquote number 10, Fabio Alvarez. And on top, Mr. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So, not bad. Not bad. Once I saw the lineup, I was like, all right, cool. I think there was a little bad luck. Of course, it was a tale of two halves against LAFC. But when I saw the lineup, I'm like, okay, this team is going to start meshing. I know we said that before, the people and Polenta thing didn't work. But I feel like the coach has to make it work, right? So when I saw it, I'm like, cool. This is the right move. But a couple minutes in, I want to say it was a little unlucky. The slide tackle that people did on Rui Diaz or Lodeiro. Lodeiro.
Rui Diaz.
Rudy Diaz.
Was it Rui Diaz?
Yeah.
He got megged, but he lunged, right before, and that was a little bad luck. So that was a bad start.
That was stupid.
Was it really?
He was on. He's a center defender sliding on the out of bounds line. What are you doing? You have another defender with that line. He's either gonna go forward or he's gonna go back. What are you doing? You're gonna follow him like that? Hold him instead. Don't lunge at him. That's dumb. You're all the way at the end line. Only way to get out is either through you or he passes it. That was a stupid tackle.
Yeah.
He's
That was
a center defender.
That was early, and that was pretty crazy. I mean, it was a coincidence that the commentators were talking about how they asked if they're gonna, like, jokingly, if they talk to people and they asked him if they're gonna be able to keep 11 players on the field, and it was in the 6th minute.
Yeah,
Exactly when we got the red last time when he
On
did that.
first one.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I don't think that's ever happened.
now was it a necessary tackle?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Was
maybe
it,
not
was
necessarily.
it was it something
You don't-
to set the tone from the beginning?
Nah,
I think so.
Not at all. Not at all. Look, well, maybe we can argue one. We can argue one goal.
Hey,
Maybe
we did hit
it
somebody
might
hard
have
with
affected one of the goals. We could argue later, but I think there's a little bad luck to it. Yeah, stupid tackle maybe, but there's a little bad luck to it.
It's 5 minutes into the game, man.
I know, but there's a little bad luck to it. I mean, a Meg, there's always some luck to it, and our side is bad luck.
Nah, if you get megged, you get
If-
megged, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bottom line, dude.
Don't kick that fool.
Yeah, if there's a play where you get megged, dude, as a
Hold 'em.
defender, you as a defender, Spenny,
Hold 'em.
you have to fucking hold them. There's no way you're gonna let somebody meg you and not let them go through.
And then
Those
it,
are facts. I mean,
it-
and that's what he had to do.
it doesn't help that like 10 minutes later he went and stole.
Yeah.
He went and took Felcher's soul as well.
Yeah.
Snatched it.
Yeah, but I mean, besides those two things, I know.
Oh, just besides those.
Yeah,
Oh.
in the first half, I know our attitude's gonna change, but from that moment that the yellow happened to about the 44th minute, people I think was having
One of his greatest games of this season. I
not
think so.
greatest. I wouldn't say greatest.
I think he had one of his best games
not even close.
until those fuck ups that
not
he
even
had for the
close
2
to
goals.
his greatest games.
No?
No.
Where has he had a better game?
Trying
In
to-
all the starts or all the subs?
The LAFC game, he had a better game.
yeah, game 1, LAFC.
What
Uh.
you mean? Oh,
I don't know about
man.
that one.
How you gonna ask a question and you can't even?
I think today's
What about
game.
Dallas?
No. I think today's game, people was.
Oh, we're just gonna skip over the Dallas. All right.
No, what I'm saying, just in the first half, I think people had a. He had a solid start in his game.
I think the whole team was still playing well, man. We were doing the same thing we've been doing the last couple of games, disrupting other teams' normal habits. You know, Seattle couldn't play their game. Besides the turf, you can tell they were making bad decisions, going into bad spacing. I mean, we had possession just from takeaways, and you know, if you look at the stats don't lie either.
Yeah.
We had more shots on target.
Yeah.
We had more possession, better tackling success because we just kept pressing them. They even said it if you were watching on FS1, they were even saying it that how Seattle couldn't get out of their own half.
Mm-hmm.
They were making a playoff team look like
Yeah.
the bottom of the table.
And I think that goes to what the game they had against them last time again in our house. I think we were the better team as well in that game that we had against them.
Yeah, playing with one less.
Yeah.
And then this game in the first half, we couldn't
yeah.
take advantage of that either.
We couldn't. And
They
one,
had
thing
the-
that,
had-
one thing that I did that I loved about that first half was the fact that we kept Lodeiro out of any offensive threat that he could have fucking done in that first half.
We're good at that though. We've taken so many players out of the game, dude. That's something we're good at. But if you don't finish your chances, like desperation sets in and shit like this happened. I mean, obviously we scored 3 this time, but we're dominating and we chased the game the whole time. Like, how does that work? We dominate a game and then you find yourself chasing the fucking game the whole time.
You get tired like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, was it because we tried to pressure them too much in that first half that we got
Dude,
scored on a lot?
No,
Because
unlucky,
I think that
unlucky
first half
plays. It's ball watching. It's not finishing.
Yeah. Well, one thing I point out to Brian, I remember I looked at the clock when he finally did something decent. I can't even recall what the decent thing was. Fabio couldn't get into the game at all.
Too physical for him. Too much going on in the middle. You needed players that could take more than one touch. We
Which-
talked about Fabio not being that person.
Yeah,
He's too small.
I mean, we have said it on the show where
We said it the midweek.
Yeah.
He's too small to be taking contact, taking 2 or 3 touches.
even when he first came in, that was one of my main complaints.
It's
that
not
he
gonna
wasn't
change.
as physical
Yeah.
as I thought he would have came in, coming from the Argentine league. This game, he showed that he wasn't trying to play that game at all. He looked maybe overwhelmed by the physicality of what the game was.
It was just you had to be able to stand in the middle of that field this
Yeah.
game. It was a lot of turnovers, a lot of banging. There was 2 big bangs. One in the first, both in the second half. One when Corona and what was it, Reese
Not
went
in the first half.
50-50.
Corona wasn't in
It
the
was
first
second half and he rocked them. It was that kind of game. The ref was letting them play, was letting them be physical.
Yeah,
He
that's
told them.
controversial.
What do you mean?
No, that's controversial.
He told him-
there's a lot
how
of
many
good
times-
tackles.
he
I'm
told-
let you know right now. There's a lot of good fucking all ball tackles that Shelvick and Jonah did,
Corona too.
and Corona did that the ref called favor to fucking Seattle, and it was all ball hard tackles. Yes, it was a physical game.
We got
but
some of those,
the
too.
ref still had a little leniency against
But look
towards Seattle.
at
I felt
look
that.
at
You fucking agree
I
with
felt
that?
that too because I was watching with Pops and my Pops even pointed it out too. It was like I said it first, and then I think Corona was called, and he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, of course it's a fucking call in this game.
But then look how many times you told Rudy fucking what's his name to get up.
Yeah,
That penalty,
that's
we shouldn't
true.
have gotten that
Well,
penalty.
the-
On legit, that wasn't a penalty. He had no problem telling him get up.
Yeah.
Same thing. You're in Seattle. You're telling their star to get up. It wasn't a foul.
It was a little inconsistent though. It was maybe in dangerous areas he wasn't calling the fouls because if you think about it, there wasn't really many or any like free kicks in dangerous areas where you had to set up a wall for a shot. There were like ones that were wide, so in dangerous areas he was letting them play. But when it was like to the center of the field, right before you got to the final third, there were some soft ass calls.
I'm not worried about that. At the end of the day, there were counterattacks that you should have stopped. You're leading in every category that matters on offense and defense. Breaking it down, even on fouls, they committed more fouls, and they had a less fucking tackle accuracy. So they were trying. They were chasing us.
Yeah, and well, the 6 of that first half, it was that. I think in that first half, we might have had slightly the advantage in possession, but I still think it was an ugly game. It looked
But it's more
ugly
like-
from,
like
both,
a-
from both sides.
What gets me mad about the first goal too? It's more of the same problems. Ball watching in the 18. How many times has Big made a save and he spills it inside the box, but nobody really reacts.
Nobody cleans up. It
You
happened. It always happens to be the other team that
Yeah.
picks it up.
Okay, let me pose you a question with that. Do you think it's because we have that new center back pairing with People and Polenta, or is it just in general? Because there has been times
It's
where Steres and Polenta
I'm-
have
I'm-
kept us at clean sheets and at less than 2
Well,
goals a game.
Bigham has the most clean sheets in the league. So.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Most saves in the
so
league.
so you think it's
that other stat they have.
because of
that they
Polenta and
mentioned?
People being in that center
Goals
mid?
prevented or something like that.
Yeah,
Most
something
goals
like that, like
prevented.
14 goals prevented, something like that. People and Polenta, is that the center back pairing you want to see? According to that first half that we just
Look,
seen.
here's the thing. I've said this before, dude. And
Well,
I think
look,
we all agree. Hold on. We all agree. If I mean, not if. There's been plenty of games where they each play next to Steris, and they individually had a great game, like an amazing game. But for whatever fucking reason, you put them together, maybe they're too comfortable, they get complacent. Like, this was a badass and he's a badass. He's got me, and they get too comfortable. But, dude, this is why I had no problem after seeing it before with them, with GBS starting them again together. Because he gets it right. Dude, there's no reason why we can't be the best defense in the league.
We should
Well,
be.
we're not.
We're not.
We're
We're
never going to
not.
be with these four. Never.
No.
Absolutely not.
Well, maybe our wingers might let us down quite a bit. But
I
if,
think that's the
quite a
only
bit.
part.
But-
of this,
but
to
I
be
think-
honest.
Oh, the
but-
only part.
no,
Just
but I
half
think-
of our defense
Only
is the
no,
only
only-
part.
but I think our center backs are that badass to where, like, individually. I'm
Yeah.
going back to individually, and if they can get it together and somehow fucking learn how to coexist, dude. Even with the wingers we have, the whatever, the left right backs we have, we can still be one of the best defense in the league just with that.
Well, do you think that maybe Steris is the shtick to Polenta and people?
No.
Because every time,
He earned
No,
that spot,
yeah,
man.
you earned that spot. What do you mean stick?
but he's
dude?
not as good as what Polenta and people are.
We're not. First of all, we're not even sure if he wasn't going to be playing these games. He
Yeah.
was suspended.
Well, do they know he was on the
He
bench?
should have.
Yeah,
played
but
today.
you're not gonna bring him
to
back
my
like
taste,
that.
I think I would have put him. I would have put it. Steris
Well,
and
next week,
Polenta.
you're gonna see people in Stirs. It's a given.
If people makes it back, got still a question mark. So I might see Romney and Steris.
Oof. Hey,
Hey, that's for the midweek show.
clean sheets right there, bro.
That's for the midweek show.
Clean sheets right there, bro.
And Araujo,
And Araujo.
because if Felcher makes it back, that's
Don't
for,
mind
the,
that one. It's the midweek show.
Shit.
that's for the midweek show. Oh, actually, there won't be a midweek show because they don't play till next Wednesday. So technically,
Next Sunday.
Yeah, so next Sunday we'll discuss that.
Good. First half.
Yeah. Oh, first half. First half, bro. I was feeling good. I like what I saw. And
We could have
then-
taken advantage of them being a man down.
Oh, we haven't even mentioned the missed chances. I'm like getting way ahead of myself. First was the Antuna one.
Mm.
I'm gonna say this in Spenny's face. What we said over there. Alessandrini would have finished that.
Yep. Pavon put him a beautiful ball, bro.
Okay.
All right, cool.
You want to play what ifs? All right, cool.
Yeah. Would have.
Gio would have finished that.
Ah.
How Chewy?
So-
Gio?
Of course.
And they would have threw up after.
You know what though? He would have walked off the field on his own. On his own strength. Not get limped out.
No, he walked out himself too.
Why
With
do you hate
the torn-
Alessandrini?
With the torn ACL.
Why
Back.
do you hate
Look,
Alessandrini?
look back.
I don't.
He walked
I don't
out.
hate Alessandrini.
He's gonna come back with a vengeance. I'm just letting you know
I hope so.
Yeah, Angel's gonna about to jump through the screen and knock you out right now.
that.
Who
Bus fan.
gives a fuck right now?
Ah, hey.
Nah,
Damn,
nah,
Angel,
nah,
you're
nah,
that
nah,
fucking-
nah,
Anyways,
nah.
dude, even that we were creating chances.
Let me Walter Mercado da food. Todo.
Amor.
Amor, Angel. Moving on.
So even that we created chances. The Antuna one. I don't know if you want to give the benefit of the doubt because
No.
of the turf. Okay, you don't. But that should have been. A goal.
You know what though? I'm gonna get a little ahead of myself, but I
Header.
think that chance gave him the confidence because he didn't put a good foot on it. You can tell.
Yeah.
It showed him making his runs, what can happen, and just taking his shots, which I think gave him confidence.
And we'll get
So a necessary miss, if
and we'll
anything.
get to that.
Just saying.
And then of course another Galaxy forced a turnover. That's how good they were playing. They forced a turnover high up on the field on their own end, on Seattle's own end, and from Jonah to Pavon, and Pavon put a great ball to Zlatan.
Didn't Zlatan give it to Pavon?
Does it? Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And he made the run and he gave it back.
He
to
made
him.
the run, a little slip pass. He should have
Yeah.
first timed it.
Yeah, I agree.
Just like it would have been the same combination, same post.
Same everything. But now he hit it with his purse instead.
Well, it got a little deflection. I think that matters because he megged somebody.
Yeah,
It took a deflection off the meg.
I hate to just make the turf an excuse, but it's different, dude. It is different, and that could have. I'm not saying he shouldn't have finished it, but that could have made a difference with him first timing it
Yeah,
or not. You know?
This was the same thing I was telling you throughout the whole game. I think this was Pavon's first turf game, right? On turf, since he came into the team. His first game was against DC. After that, he hasn't played any turf games. I think that had a big factor in his game, dude. There's a lot of plays throughout the whole game. Throughout the whole game, that our team lost their footing. Even with that last goal that we got scored on,
I don't think Pavon played bad at all.
I don't think it wasn't as great.
He even played. He played defense. He played defense too.
He was not good though.
What?
He wasn't bad, but he was not good.
He created chances for the team.
We'll get there though.
What?
We'll
Yeah.
get there
You
to
serious?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I think this was one of his worst games since he came in. He didn't play bad, but this was one of his worst games since he came in.
There was some shots by Zlatan too that were blocked, but he was coming down to the midfield a lot.
Yeah, well,
early in the game.
That's actually when I pointed out about Fabio not coming into the game.
Yeah.
That's why he kept coming in, checking in, forcing Zlatan to do the extra work that he shouldn't. A 38-year-old shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. He forced us to shoot from outside. It wasn't.
And then we did a good job of opening wide, and there's a lot of times where like they held because those plays started with Zlatan sliding in to the middle, and it come out to Felcher and Antuna trying to do a 1-2 to buy time for Zlatan to come in. And I was just like, fuck, this isn't working,
Yeah.
And that had to do a lot with Fabio.
Fabio wasn't even. He wasn't.
Can you guys guess what award I'm giving Fabio today?
You're not gonna honorably mention him.
Fabio just had he was off today bad. Like bad. Really bad. Starting from the first half.
You think his game was off?
Maybe. Maybe.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
But to that first half, both teams were playing like shit, to be honest. It was one of those whoever creates the first mistake is gonna get punished.
No, not at all. That's not
Because
what,
both of them were playing like
not
shit.
at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. It was not one of those games at all. We were the clearly the dominant team.
And
And
we made that first mistake that got us that fucking goal.
No, you just said it was a game
Yes,
where...
it was, bro. We could have had one earlier when Zlatan had that one-on-one with his left
We
foot.
didn't need mistakes.
Yeah.
We just needed to finish.
Yeah.
And we couldn't.
That's what we went over in the midweek show. Finish.
And we couldn't.
Nobody finished in the first half.
And we also
Guess
said...
what happened? We
and
got fucking clinically fucking...
We also
vacunado.
we also got asked who was the most important player. Was the X Factor, Pavon.
Yeah.
And he didn't have one of those games. You could also put that on Fabio too, because Fabio
Man,
spreads it out for him.
When you can't count on the 10, you're.
Yeah.
Look at Seattle. They were struggling to get from the defense to their forwards because we were shutting down that middle.
Yeah.
But then on our side, same thing. We couldn't connect from the middle, controlling the field, up to Zlatan or our wings because he just couldn't. They were taking him out of his game. They didn't let him, get the space to operate. He can't take 2 or 3 touches. We went over that. He's too small to take all that contact. He's a 1-2 kind of guy. A little setup. He's not really there to take shots. He's there to do exactly that: receive and open up wide or lay off. He's not gonna be slipping passes into Zlatan. He would have been doing it by now if that was his job assignment. We're talking about Fabio. As a 10. Not one time. Well, maybe he's tried, but it's not the game plan.
That's an excuse for him not to be bought into.
Oh, it's not an excuse at all. It's
That's
more
what
of a
it sounds
reason.
like what you're
No.
telling
It's
me.
more of a reason why he should have been in the game. He's not that kind of player for this game. He wasn't. We should have started off how we made the sub in the second half with legit pushing up.
And have
Corona
Pablo
and
starting
Jonah.
on the wing.
So before we get to that second half, which it was actually right before the half ended, that goal. You want to take us
Like I
to
said,
that goal? You want to take us to that goal spinning?
The first team that makes the mistakes is gonna.
That's not those kind
It
of games.
wasn't a mistake.
Those
It
kind
was
of
this one, dude. The fact that people couldn't clear that fucking ball out of that fucking 18 box, and the fact that fucking Felcher couldn't track back and see who the fuck was behind him, one of the top scorers in this fucking league, and couldn't track back and fucking defend that shit, dude. That's fucking garbage. That is weak as fuck defending. First team that made a mistake was us on that defensive sequence, and we fucking paid the price for it. Dude, going into the half, getting scored on 1-0 when we've dominated the game, that's a dag to the heart.
I wouldn't say we dominated the first half, but we didn't. We
For
should have.
that
We should have
first
scored.
shitty half,
We should have had
we
it.
had the most
we
possession.
were the better team.
Yes. And to have a play like that Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Again, I didn't know who to blame it on when I was watching it. Or when I watched it and I saw the that moment replay and stuff. But now when we watch the replay now, dude, you look at it, it's a collective fuck up. You know?
Yeah, I think it starts with that people clearance. People to that point in that first half was having a marvelous defensive game.
Yeah. And that
To my standard, this was one of the best halves I've seen people in a long time.
With the
until
yellow?
that fucking goal.
Yeah, I kind of felt that shook him. From that moment on, it was different. But you know what? Your cousin Brian right now. But I'm gonna tell you right now that the whole thing you saying about it was the first mistake. That kind of game, you're totally wrong. Those games are when the game is balanced or the game is sloppy. But no, the Galaxy was obviously the better team. So now, by no chance was it one of those games.
If we were the better team, we would have fucking executed on offense and kept our fucking poser on defense. We did none of that. What we did had sloppy play. Fucking people couldn't clear the fucking ball. Fucking Felcher couldn't fucking run back and get back on defense to one of the best strikers in the fucking league, which is fucking Apocalypto. Dude, why was he open? That is my question. Why was he so wide open?
Because when you practice and you execute, you get good results.
That's what they did.
That's clinical, man. What are you talking about?
There is no reason why Felcher should have ran into the middle, following his mark, knowing that there was somebody coming right behind
He
him.
peeled off of Felcher. Felcher was on him. And then
Should've stayed his fucking line, bro.
cleared, and then he couldn't make up his mind
He
of
did
staying in
not
the middle.
clear. People did not clear. People
tried.
tried to clear.
Well, he tried to clear, and then he got stuck thinking of either sticking in the middle or following the run. And then Felcher just got caught ball watching. Reese followed people off the backside. It's clinical,
That's
man.
a shit. That's
You either
shit
make a
defending.
first pole run or you make a second
That's
post
shit
run,
defending.
right?
It's no excuse. That's shit defending.
What are you talking? That's
I mean, like I said, it's a
Brian, come on.
collective effort.
No,
And
that's it.
one thing I
That's
always
practice
always-
executed,
One thing
man.
I always remember, there was like I don't remember where I saw it, but they were talking about like Scalotto's coaching style, and they said like the one thing is his lack of like defense.
yeah.
And then that was a clear thing. So I think that goes to the training ground. People in Felcher didn't know where they were supposed to stand. When he missed that clearance, people should have tracked back into the center and allowed Felcher to go to his wing. But instead, they both stood center-ish.
Yeah.
And
Shift this to the side.
again, there's to just reiterate what Brian said. One of the top leading scorers of the league can never lose sight of him. I guarantee you, Zlatan's never had a tap in like that. He's
Hell
not with
nah.
us that I can remember.
A lot of the recent goals he has had, dude, there's been like 2-3 players on him.
He missed the one in Seattle like that.
With two players on him.
Against Seattle.
With 2 players on
There
him.
was a player on him though, not that open.
No,
Definitely not that
there was an easy one that basically a tap in and he fucked up.
but no keeper, no nothing.
Oh, dude.
The only tapping
This
we had
one
was
wasn't
against
not a
LAFC
keeper.
when Fabio put that beautiful ball on him, and then he fucking made the keeper.
But he
We're
still
not
got
making,
contact.
But still, you cannot leave Rui Diaz by himself running to the back post when. Come on, bro.
By the way,
that's not.
By the way, Logan Jones, I'll give us GBS till 2021 to get it together. Or else, yeah, I'm definitely up for coach next.
Well,
Second half.
it's his. It is his style of play. I think he just needs to get better wingers to fit his system better, and we're still gonna receive goals like that in counters because of the style that we're playing. But
Aggressively,
outscoring them 4-2, 3-1. You know, it's especially in the MLS too. The league averages over 3 goals a game,
which is attractive football.
but we're averaging 3 games ago we gave away 2 goals.
We're at -4.
Last game we gave away 3
3.
goals. This
This
game
game,
we gave away
3.
4
4.
goals.
I think we're
But
we're
we
at -4
scored.
right now.
Negative
-4 goals.
-4 goals, and we've won 1 out of the last 7.
But we're scoring.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, if the tiebreaker was goals, we would have been 7th right now, right?
Yes.
Right. Oh shit! So we're only up by wins.
We're
Wins.
No, we're
Yeah.
So
scoring.
for
We're
those
getting scored on,
listening-
but we're scoring too, though.
For those listening, the league this year is establishing
Yeah.
the wins over goal differential
we-
as a tiebreaker.
That's one thing that's tough to go back and tell you when the league did this and that. But I tell you, I can assure you, at some point it used to be goal differential.
Yeah.
But I just can't, yeah, it's crazy. It used to be like most home games and all this. I don't know.
So, question: people's gonna go to his international duty, right?
Mhm.
Costa
For
Rica.
the next game, right? So, but does that count towards his suspension?
No, Polenta.
It's Polenta that got suspended.
He's not going. And he's not going.
No, okay, so I thought it was people because
Nah.
people get a yellow.
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah, but it's Polenta, the one that got the accumulation.
Just to answer your
Okay,
question
okay,
though,
okay.
like say it was him and he missed that game because he wasn't here, it would still count because he's still technically missing a league game. So you can't really be held
Even though he's playing another.
because
Okay.
we're actually like the only league that plays through these calendars. Like
Okay.
if other leagues don't play when your international team's playing. So it's,
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't too sure how that
yeah,
worked.
it's weird like that. That's where MLS still has it pretty wrong.
To answer Logan Jones's question, so next game we're gonna give up 5 goals. If we give 5 goals to Colorado, we shouldn't go to the playoffs.
Nope, not at all.
I'm with you on that one.
But I'm gonna be super mad if we give up more than 2 goals. To
What if we
Colorado.
win 65?
Damn, Polenta's not playing against Colorado. I wanted him to
There's a lot of people not playing
get
against
a
Colorado. This
not
is
so
gonna
friendly
be a-
foul on Kamara.
We'll talk about that later. We need to get to the second half.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's the second half.
Second half. The start. I mean, it was like 10 minutes. It was pretty even, right? First 10 minutes. Not too much excitement. And then we get hit first. And this is where the argument comes about the yellow card, whether it affected people's play or not.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think his first thought was like to tackle him, and then he remembered the yellow and he stuttered, and he got stuck. Because his first reaction was good.
yeah.
It was his second thought that you
And he
can
coulda
tell
lunged
was
again?
like, yeah.
Which he's not bad at.
He did have that slide
Against Morris.
in the first half.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I
But
think.
that was a wide open field, not this where he was in the box
Yeah.
with your back
Well,
to the goal.
And when you have someone right in front of you to like do a tackle, it's a little difficult.
Especially since he already got you.
Yeah, more likely than not, it's gonna go against you, and it's actually kind of similar to where he got the yellow first. So yeah, again, when I watched the game live, I was mad, I was upset. I'm like, fucking people, you're fucking up, da da da. But now that it cooled down a little bit, and I saw the replay, I could see that being a big factor. Imagine you cause a penalty and you get a red. It was a gamble. Either way, whatever you did, and he just gambled wrong.
He should have gambled.
Yeah. Well, he did gamble.
I would have gambled.
He did gamble by not
He
he
I
did
would've
gamble by not doing it, but he gambled wrong.
I would have gambled doing it, Scare money don't make money.
Nothing, Brian. You okay over there?
No, I'm not okay.
You looking at your Tinder?
Yeah.
How's that going?
No, yeah.
More misses in the galaxy, huh?
More misses in the galaxy.
We're talking about the second goal. I don't even want to say that fucker's name, dude. That scored on us.
I won't.
Say it.
Well, look. Going past that, that was what, like in the 55th minute, right?
Right,
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think the best decision GBS made was take out Fabio.
bro.
He, like I said,
Yeah.
one thing that I've been saying, he's been consistent with his subs, and one consistent sub has been Fabio. That game changed completely.
I don't know if Fabio has been a consistent sub, but on this game,
Yeah.
he was the sub that we needed.
That
Fabio hasn't been a
sub-
90-minute player this whole season.
That sub was an instant
And that's fair.
impact.
Yeah.
Instant impact.
And that's fair.
Fucking
To me, Fabio has been playing great leading up to this game. Today, he didn't show what the fuck we wanted to see.
That's why they took him out, Brian.
Today, he showed the shit I've been talking the whole season, where he's not tough enough to play in his league.
everybody's been.
He's
saying.
not physically enough,
No,
physical enough to be in
That's
his league.
absolutely wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Yes, he's not that tough, but
He's not a physical
that's
player,
not his
bro.
game, bro. When he's
It
on
doesn't matter, bro. If you play in this fucking league, knowing you're gonna come into
Nah.
a league where
Nah.
there's defenders that are not gonna give a fuck what
my
the
boy,
fuck you're
my
gonna
boy
talk to
can,
you.
my boy can spread the ball like a lot
He didn't
better.
do it today.
A lot better than other players.
Hey,
in
this
He
league.
didn't do it today. Yet last week,
Hey,
against
cousin
LAFC,
Brian,
he
cousin
played
Brian.
fucking tough.
You know how I know this is bullshit? Because this is the first time you ever said that was your boy.
Well, I'm just still getting mad at him.
Nah,
It
nah,
is.
nah,
It
nah.
is the first time I say it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
But it's just
All of a
counter-
sudden, after his worst performance
Nah.
this season, you're gonna say he's your
Nah.
boy all of a
No, no.
sudden.
Dude, he
It's just
played
to
like
counter him.
Y'all
fucking
smell it?
shit today.
If you guys are watching, y'all smell
He
it? Because
played like
I smell
shit
it
today.
clear right here. I
No.
smell
Yeah.
that bullshit
That's
you're trying to
bullshit.
talk over there.
Bro, he played like shit today. Give it to him,
He
bro.
did.
And
No, I'm not excusing him for the way he played. But you're talking about like he's not physical enough to be in this
He's
league.
not.
He's not. That's my main complaint every fucking game.
At least not as a 10. Hell no. As a 10, a
Hell.
6, or a 8,
See?
get out of here. Go play your 9 or a 7.
He's
You
not.
can't play no 10.
I'm not saying
You
he's
can't
not
play no
nice.
6 or
Dude,
8.
when he's on, he's fucking on. The last
So
3 to 4 games he's been on.
Real quick, just
Yeah?
no
The last
argument.
3-4 games we haven't won.
But he's been on.
He's been one of the better players though.
He has been one of the better players.
So-
Today, when we need, which I think we needed.
So
to
real
win.
quick, no argument, just yes or no. You can bring him back on loan next year
Yeah.
with Pavon.
Yeah,
You wouldn't do it?
100%. What the fuck? I'll sign him if Pavon stays. I'll sign him to be same with Pavon.
Yeah, Lentrini out.
I said on loan. I would argue that I don't know if I'd sign him.
Fabio?
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be a loan.
yeah.
You want to sign Pavon.
As
Oh, of
long
course.
as Pavon is here, I want Fabio here. That's my take
Yeah,
on that.
I mean, I don't mind that, but there's still a lot of work that has to be done. And primarily taking him out of the 10 spot if possible.
But see, that's not where your
Hey,
argument
bro,
is at.
This is America, bro. You can get a Planet Fitness membership for $10
not America.
in the off season.
It's
you know? And if we get eliminated early, he has a lot of time to work on it.
Well, that's at the end of the season. Let's talk about the second half.
We're still in the second half. All right, where were we? I don't even know where we were.
Well,
The
we
sub.
were on the sub. We were on the sub.
sub.
Oh,
Best
the sub.
decision he's made.
Dude,
The sub
Instant impact.
that 5 year out, Corona, who hasn't been playing well at all. He has not.
no, what do
Let's
you
keep it
mean?
real. What the
What
fuck
do
you mean? He hasn't been playing well.
We haven't won since LAFC won. The first one, the last time we beat LAFC, he was fucking.
We have come on
Dope
a
in
show.
that game.
We have came on a show and said Corona has not had his best
Corona
games
was injured.
in a while.
He's had a couple not so great games, but I trust the guy.
Anyways.
He came in this game as a sub.
Corona came to play.
He came to play, bro.
Boy, right off the bat, slide tackle
Came in to play.
leads to a breakaway.
He was dribbling
Pavon,
between
that was some good acceleration from Pavon. You know what play I'm talking about? When he took it on, they slipped the pass. Corona went on that whole run by himself.
Yeah, and he outfooted right.
He
Like
took the-
megged them basically.
First, let me set that one up because that's the one I'm talking about, the physicality, because it was, I think we hadn't scored, and there was a corner because we were bombarding them with corners, and then it was a one-on-one with him and Rudy Diaz. No, or was it Laredo? Laredo, straight one-on-one, body to body, rocked that fool, and the
Where he
Red
went
was like,
straight to the middle. Yep.
And then
Corona
on that
this
run,
game,
and then on that run he
you know
made,
what? You have to address him right. Joe Benny.
Joe
Corona.
Benny Corona.
and then on that run that he made, that 40-yard run.
Joe El
The first
Bicho,
one to give him contact was Laredo, and he just wrote that for like, get out of the way.
which was beautiful.
He
It's
slipped that pass to
beautiful to see
Pavon.
that because, like I've said, Corona has had bad games before this game. Today, he showed that he wanted to play on this
Hey,
team.
but that was-
Today, he showed that he wants to be part of this fucking
that was
squad
another
and be a fucking piece that they could build on.
But that was another adjustment because Pavon moved to the right, and Antuna was playing on the left.
Yeah.
And that
Which
was a
I
really
think
good
that was
connection.
I don't know if it was a shit move,
What?
but
Right, Brian.
I'd rather have Pavon on the left side.
I mean,
Wasn't-
yeah.
Things weren't working, bro.
Things weren't working though. He made the proper
It
adjustments.
wasn't working with him on the right either.
That's why I said that the best adjustment he made was bringing in Joe Corona, but he made a few adjustments. You know, he changed the game plan.
Things aren't working. Switching two wingers prevents making a sub. It's as easy as if it doesn't work, hey, go back.
I think I'm just a little mad that I wanted Pavon to be our hero. on
Dude,
this
he
game.
had he created.
No, I know,
good
I know.
chances.
But
You're
I'm
saying
saying
like
like
he played
finishing
bad.
the hero aspect is like, yo, we're tied 3-3. We're on the fucking attack.
Next to
Score
Jonah.
that number 4 instead of us getting countered and get scored on a shitty ass goal.
Let me tell you, Pavon was one of the most important players in this game after Jonah.
Hey.
The only reason he was
No.
he's up there. The only reason he's up there is because Jonah didn't play no offense.
Chewy looks like he has something to say.
We put
No.
Jonah was probably our best player, but man, that guy put in so much work this game, offensively and defensively. Right off the second half, when that sub was made, he's the first one to connect with Corona, straight with Corona, away from Zlatan, put a shot on goal. He got blocked. That's what you want.
You know who was one of our better players today? Whether nobody wants to admit this shit, offensively and defensively,
Antuna was not one of
Shelvick.
No.
Yes. Aside from the fucking goal that he scored,
Uncle Brian for
No,
you
no, no.
guys. Yeah.
no. I'm gonna let you know why.
The
Every
floor is
offensive,
yours, Brian.
every offensive play, every offensive goal that we had today, he was part of either making the runs or making a cross into the fucking center that created that shit.
False.
What do you mean?
The first goal, actually, if you want to talk about it, since we haven't even mentioned
Was off
it,
the corner.
I'm saying making runs to create some offense.
Okay, let me go over the first goal so I can show you how Shelvick had nothing to do with the first goal.
Show me.
Because it was a corner that was deflected out. We got the rebound on the outside. It went in a 1-2 within the wings. Back to Pavon.
Which wing? Where's Pavon play? On what wing?
He got it from Felcher.
Yeah, he was playing on that.
He got it
side
from Felcher on the right.
Okay.
He got it right from Felcher back, a 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
He took it on his left shot, and it hit Zlatan, and Antuna got a tap in.
That's the second goal.
That's the second goal.
That's the
Third goal,
the
actually.
first one is the corner.
Well, the second goal either way.
All right, cool.
What did he have to do with the second goal?
Well, anyways, let's get through the first goal, right? So the
First goal.
Thought we were in the third one already.
the first one we scored. So the first one, I feel we caught a bit of a break. The fucking goalie and his defenders crashed. Like, it was.
He still took the contact though.
It was Sunday League like defending there. I mean, as bad as we were defensively,
Well,
that was
Fry is not that big.
no.
He's one of the shortest.
Yeah, I gotta take a chance, kind of keeper.
He's one of the shortest goalies in the league. He
I mean,
really
I don't
is.
I don't like Seattle, but that guy's a good keeper.
Yeah, but he's not the tallest. Jumping up with your hands up, you're still nowhere near where Zlatan jumps.
Right.
They were backpedaling. He was trying to communicate to his center backs. Zlatan just took the contact and just did what he had to do. Make contact. That's the best thing you could do. Make contact. At least give yourself a chance.
And if you saw the zoomed in play, they were grabbing. They literally
He
didn't
went
let him
right
move. Where he stood, that's where the ball went. They didn't let him
jump
move.
as high as he did because they were like on him,
Yeah.
not because
And
just
he didn't
couldn't.
even hit it with any part of the front of the head. You saw it. He hit it with his back of the head.
And then the reaction of everybody on the field, it was like,
Like, what
"Wait,
the-
what?" Like,
Dude, they were holding him. They didn't let him move, and he hit it like with the back of the
even
head.
Fry was like, "Did I get it?" Like, "Oh shit, it's behind me."
Yeah. So I'll still say a bit of a break. I mean, of course I'm happy, but hey,
And then we continue the domination.
yeah, see the domination,
We'll try to.
and then that's where Pavon actually basically created that goal. Came out to him, put it into actually he deflected out to him, right?
It deflected out to him. He did a 1-2, like a back and forth with Felcher, and then he just put it on his left. And Zlatan tried to get out the way, but it caught him on his hip.
Nah, it's not unassisted.
Zlatan tipped it wide to Antuna.
Definitely tipped it. Yeah. Why?
Hey, but see if the youngster did what? He made the second post run, just like you're taught, Brian. Just like what Rudy Diaz did in the first half. He made the run. He stayed with the play. He made the run.
Which was one of Antuno's only run in that fucking game, to be honest. In the first half, he didn't.
know. In the first
half, he had none
in the
of that
first
shit.
half, I think
In the
it
first
was,
half, he was struggling to even try to get some offense.
He blew it in the first half. Dude, the first one, he blew it.
I think it was Jonah that put it in a 40-yard ball.
Which we said us under would finish that.
But
But that was the only one.
But
That was
What
the only
the fuck?
one that he made cut.
And then in the second half, he had more than one.
Which
yeah,
were? Aside
Antuna
from
was
the goal.
playing. That it's just he needs somebody to connect to, and
What about
he
that?
fucked it up.
What about that header?
Kind of
Wow.
If he had a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
did
more,
agree with that.
if he had a little bit more meat on him, with that
No,
power.
if he would have had more location on that, because he was by himself, bro.
What?
Yes.
Brian,
What do you,
dude,
bro?
it
He was
it
by himself
such-
in that fucking
It was
in
such
the
a
middle.
good header. But yeah, but he doesn't have that strength. He's
If that
too
was a
small.
good header. If that was a good header, that shit would have went in.
But he had more strength.
If he knew how to give head, he would have put that shit in.
That's why Brian scores headers all the time.
Cousin Brian.
Cousin Brian.
I mean,
I think he put all he had into it. He threw his weight into it. It's just
And he gave it right to the fucking keeper's chest. Bro,
Yeah,
that header was for the goal.
okay, fool. But if you're taller or you have more body, you put that ball, with more power.
But if you're
or
by
higher.
yourself, you should know how to place it, no?
It wasn't a great ball. He still jumped to get it.
How is it not?
that was a
Dude.
No, it was a great ball.
It was, but that's what I'm
Felcher
saying.
gave him a great fucking
He
ball,
put
bro.
everything into it.
Honestly, I have a bit of history of scoring some headers.
But what I'm saying is he made that run too.
I know, I understand.
Brian was trying to make
you
the
weigh
point that
like
he
at
didn't make
least
runs.
double what Antuna weighs.
Well, now-
This is one of
no
Antuna's
shit.
better games, bro. What are you talking about? He made runs into the box. He played off the backside of both Pavon and Zlatan, mainly Zlatan.
I
And
think
it was a great look for him.
Yeah, he had a better game than
He had
Skelvic
3
did.
chances at goal. When's the last time we had 3 chances that go like that?
When we played
In front of-
Minnesota
Oh my god.
at home, the first half.
Yeah, well, that was a dominating performance.
Okay,
all
well
around.
then you
From-
just asked me where the fuck has he had that many
Oh,
chances?
my
So
God.
anyway,
Right?
we
Uncle
tied that. We
Brian.
You
tied
just
that.
asked me.
We
Hey,
tied-
you asked me.
Hey, bro.
We tied that
You wanna
game.
fight?
Those are facts.
We tied that game from being 2-0 down, which was like everything was going our way. Of course, if you're coming back from 2-0, you're fucking confident. You're pumped. You know, I'm here. I already put my dance moves at the prom. Guess what's happening next?
We gonna fuck?
There you go. But bro, come
We didn't.
on.
But we didn't.
How long did it take?
2 minutes. Less than 2
2
minutes.
minutes. Yeah.
It was like, let's take out, let's touch it, and then all right, let's do it.
Just complete breakdown. I know it might look so easy that that's a defensive thing, but I think that play just comes from the midfield.